Okay, so this is going to be part two of my movie poster project that I'm following along. So to start with, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this brush tool. That's way too big right there. Maybe we'll go with like, I don't know, 60. Okay, I'm going to create a new layer, pop this layer, drag it all the way up on top. And then I'm going to start over here. I kind of want to start, that's where the brightest spot of this area is. So that's the brightest spot. So I'm going to kind of start over here and I'm just going to hold down the shift key to draw a straight line kind of right across that. Then I'm going to bring my opacity way down in this layer to maybe something like 10. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm going to grab my brush or my pen tool next, and I'm going to make kind of a straight line. I don't know, probably starting from right about there to right over here, probably. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my brush tool, and rather than this being 60, I don't know, we're going to make it like 6. Okay, opacity, that's all good. Alright, I'll go back to my pen tool, right click on the pen path, and then I want to go to stroke path, and then I'm going to use my brush for that, and click on that simulate pressure, click OK. So what that does is basically on that line, you'll be able to see here in a second, it will kind of make a line. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to go back to my pen tool here, and I can just maybe move this guy down just a little bit on here. I can grab some of these ink. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I will maybe I'll delete that path right there. Go back to the pen tool. Kind of click right there. Right click on that. I'm gonna go to stroke path using the brush tool. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to create a new layer. That's why this isn't working for me. Okay, so I create a new layer up here on top. Now I can use the pen tool. Click, click. Now with the pen tool, I right click, go to stroke path, select brush, click OK. There we go. Now you can see how that made that a little bit darker, and I can move this and kind of see how we have that. I might actually make another pen path here. Kind of one right here that goes from there to there. Same thing, I'm going to want to right click on that path and go to stroke path. Make sure that I select brush. There we go. So now you can kind of see I'm creating these lines. I'll probably do one more line here. Maybe like one that's way out here. Maybe like right in between these two guys. One right there. Kind of one right there. Oh, that's more right on top. So I'll do that. Let's see if I can move this up with the arrow keys. Alright. I can move that anchor point up, but you know what? Let me redo this one more time. Kind of go from like right there to right there. Alright. Right click on that path. Go to fill path, or I'm sorry, stroke path, brush, and perfect. There we go. So you can kind of see I'm getting those bright lines kind of coming across. Maybe I'll do one more. and one more right up here. There we go. Right click on that, go to stroke path, make sure brush is selected. There we go. Alright, yeah, I like the way that that looks. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and if I control click on this layer right there, I got to make sure that I click on this box, kind of selects this area right here. What I want to do is probably actually brighten this up even more. So I'm just going to move and grab a slightly brighter color, and then I'm going to go to my brush tool. Then I can increase my brush size right there. Doesn't really matter. And then I'm just going to go ahead and paint. And you'll notice that when I'm painting, it's really only going to paint what was selected right there. Okay. Now that I've done that, yeah, I kind of like that. See how that intensifies on the inside and then it slowly fades out on those outsides? Yeah, that looks perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so now that I have this in here, I'm going to make this look a little bit more realistic. So we're going to do a couple of layer adjustment masks. So I'll go to New, Layer Adjustment, and we're going to go to Color, I think it's Color Lookup. Click OK. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, we got to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and it's Selective Color right down there, and I'll click OK. And then we're going to go to Cayennes right here, and I'm going to go ahead and I think I want to bring that up right there. Let's kind of bring, I think we wanted to bring yellows up too. Let me kind of take a look. Actually, Cayennes up, magentas all the way up, and then yellows kind of bring it down. Okay, so something kind of like that there. Okay, so that looks good to me. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our layer, new adjustment layer, do the channel mixer right there. Okay, and on this one, okay, so I'm going to go to my layer, new adjustment layer, find that channel mixer, click OK, and whoops, I think I actually have two channel mixers. I want to do the black and white with green filter right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so this looks good. So now that I have this on here, we're going to change this from normal to color dodge, which is right there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and lower our opacity down to, I don't know, about 65 or so. Okay, that looks pretty good to me so far. Alright, we're going to do a new adjustment layer now. So new adjustment layer, we're going to go back into that selective color. Click OK, select Cayennes, and bring this guy up to, I don't know, 50 or so. Magentas, increase this one. And we're going to increase the blacks a little bit too in here. Something like that. Alright, so now we're going to do another one of those new adjustment layers. We just keep doing these. New adjustment layer. We want to go down to our channel mixer. Click OK. This time, oh no, I'm sorry, we don't want to do a channel mixer. Oh yeah, that was right. Channel mixer, presets. We want to find the red filter one. Okay. And with the red filter, okay, so now we're going to head up here. We're going to set that to screen. Alright, and then we're going to lower that opacity down just a touch. I really like that because remember all the reds that we created in the beginning? Those really pop out right now. Okay, so one of the last things here, we'll go to new adjustment layer, levels, And then we're going to go to on here. We want to make this 13.97227. Alright, that looks okay. So now that we got that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my menacing guy into here. So I'll go, this is the movie poster project. I want to find this guy right here. Let's go ahead and open a new window, download him. Bigfoot.png, perfect. And then I'm going to come back into here and I'll go File, Place. And I'm going to find in my Downloads folder right here that Bigfoot.png. Alright, probably go ahead and I want to just, I got that on a separate layer, that's perfect. I'll go ahead and place that right there. I'm going to zoom in. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time here with this pen tool, kind of going around this guy here. Alright, he's going to be, I'm not going to have this stick right there, it's just going to be the guy. That's okay. Kind of just come on around here. There we go, close out of that. And then I'm going to do mask. Alright, so now it's kind of a matter of, I gotta move this guy around. So now that I have him in here, I can, on this layer, I can right click on this layer and I can go to radicize layer. Okay, and now I'll be able to kind of move him around, so I can hit Control T right there and I can kind of move this guy around. Maybe make him a little bit bigger, I don't know. Probably want him to kind of down, maybe over there, something like that. Looks pretty good to me. Maybe I can even flip him around if I wanted. Here we go. So I see the lights kind of on that side, so I kind of want him to be something like that. Just got to figure out how to best make this guy menacing looking. Probably down there. Yeah, something like that. And I'll apply that. And there we go. So now I got my guy in there. Alright, he's looking pretty scary. If I wanted to move him a little bit, I could. Okay, so now I got to touch this guy up a little bit. So I'm going to come in here, grab the burn tool. Just kind of, you can kind of see these edges down here. Probably don't need that to be as bright. So I kind of, first thing, let's not make this as bright right there. Here we go. I don't mind a little bit of a shadow right there, but it's a little bit too much. Alright. Then I'm going to actually grab my grab the brush tool. I'm actually going to grab this black color right there. And I'm going to go ahead and paint in some of these white areas that are kind of black. Just kind of make sure to grab those. Here we go. Alright, so it's kind of creepy out there. I like that. I like the way he's looking now. You know, you can kind of see the light bouncing off of his back there, but it's not too much anymore. Okay, so this is looking really good. One thing that I'm noticing, these, I like that right on there. I think it's these, just a little bit too bright for me, so I'm going to come down to that layer. Just going to lower the opacity just a touch. All right, that's looking pretty good. I like that much better. All right. Next, I need to get the text in here. Fugitive, the name of my movie. So I'll come in. Can actually minimize this. And I need to bring up in here this. And we're going to need to download the font, Franklin Gothic. So right click, open a new window, download this font. Let's install this. Install. Alright. That's installed. Franklin Gothic is what that's called. So now bring this up. We're going to create a new layer. Put that new layer all the way on top. Grab some text. Give this a second. We want to call this F-U-G-I-T, fugitive. But we're going to want to make, number one, we want to make this white. We're going to want to Franklin Gothic. Let's go and increase this to, let's try 120 here. There we go. Something like fugitive right there. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm just going to duplicate this layer. So I'll drag it down, make a copy. We'll do a blur. Let's do a motion blur on here. Click OK. The angle, -90. And then the distance, kind of, actually I want this one to start off with at 0. Probably not that much right there. Alright, maybe I want this to be a little bit more here. Actually, I like this like going all the way across the screen like that. Like starting over there and then blurring, but maybe not quite that much. Kind of like the way that that looks right there. I don't know. It's kind of up to you. You could go something not as much. I kind of like that look. That look right around there. Actually, I like how it fades in. Alright, so we're going to need to add a little bit more text in here. So I'll grab the text. Now right there, we're going to actually create a new layer. Bring this new layer all the way on top. Now we'll add the text. This is going to be way too big. We'll start off with like 30 from the, I don't know, from Mr. Reichelt's class. Okay, that's still too big. So we'll go down to, I don't know, 14 here. Okay, we're just going to bring this up. Alright, I'm going to change the color of this text. Kind of want this to be like one of these blues in here. Okay. Alright, that'll be good. I want to pull this out a little bit, so I'm going to go to Window. I think it's under Paragraph? No, Character. And then what we want to do is we're going to want to increase that. So it's probably too much. What I want is, I want this to just kind of be across the top. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and lower the opacity down right there from Mr. Reichelt's class. Right there. Perfect. Yeah, good.